This is day 250. Start with the stupidly small thing. There's a particular kind of stuckness that is hard to explain until you have felt it. You have a million things to do. Emails to answer, projects to advance, errands to run, decisions to make, people to respond to, problems to solve, and probably a few things you've already forgotten but still feel guilty about forgetting. You are not lacking things to do. That is the strange part. You are surrounded by things to do, but in the moment you cannot think of any one thing to do. So you sit there. Maybe you open your phone. Maybe you check your email again. Maybe you walk into another room and forget why you went there in the first place. Maybe you stare at the same list you already stared at 3 times. Everything feels important, but nothing feels startable. That feeling is not laziness. It is overload. The mind is trying to carry too many open loops at once. Each task is pulling on your attention. Each obligation has a little emotional weight attached to it. Each unfinished thing whispers, "Do not forget me." When enough of those voices are speaking at the same time, the brain does not become more productive, it freezes. This is where we often make the problem worse. We ask ourselves big, heavy questions. What is the most important thing I should do right now? How am I going to get all of this done? Why am I so behind? What is wrong with me? Those questions may sound responsible, but in a moment of overwhelm, they are often too large. They add more weight to a system that is already overloaded. The better question is much smaller. What is the stupidly small thing I can do right now? Not the best thing, not the most strategic thing, not the thing that will solve the whole problem, just the smallest visible action that creates motion. Open that document. Put 1 cup in the sink. Write 1 sentence. Send just 1 text. Clear 1 corner of the desk. Make a list of just 3 things. In my case, sometimes it's just stand up. Drink a glass of water. Set a 5-minute timer. The stupidly small thing works because it does not require your brain to solve the whole mountain. It only asks you to pick up 1 pebble. And sometimes 1 pebble is enough. There's something powerful about motion. Once you begin, the fog often starts to lift. Not always immediately, not magically, but the mind begins to receive evidence that you are not helpless. You are not stuck in theory anymore. You are actually acting. Momentum is not created by waiting until you feel ready. Momentum is created by movement. This is why the stupidly small thing matters. It lowers the cost of beginning. It makes the starting line so close that you can step over it before fear, perfectionism, guilt, or overthinking have time to organize a committee meeting in your head. We often resist small actions because they feel too small to matter, but that is exactly why they work. When you are overwhelmed, your first job is not to finish. Your first job is to begin. And beginning usually has to be made embarrassingly simple. If clean the garage feels impossible, throw away just 1 piece of trash. If write the proposal feels impossible, just title the document. If get in shape feels impossible, just put your shoes on. If catch up on everything feels impossible, write down what is currently spinning in your head. The small thing is not the final answer. It is the doorway back into action. And once you walk through that doorway, you can usually see the next door, then the next, then the next. This is not a trick for avoiding hard work. It is a way of returning to hard work when your mind has become so crowded that you can't even find the entrance. There will always be days when the list is long, the pressure is real, and the path is unclear. On those days, do not wait for perfect clarity. Do not demand a complete plan before you move. Do not shame yourself for feeling stuck. Just start with the stupidly small thing. Because the stupidly small thing is not stupid at all. It is wisdom disguised as humility. It is the first faithful step when the whole road feels hidden. It is the simple act of saying, I may not be able to do everything right now, but I can do this. And often this is enough to just begin again.